You see, when you work with people who are eventually noisemakers, you begin to hear this soundtrack in your head. By the time everything becomes very clear to you, I will always be one of those channels that will stand on the truth. And no matter how you guys want to bully yourself out of this industry, you'll be the one to go out, and I will be the one to stay because I always have my block button activated. Now, you see, Malami was proving stubborn in a way that he's a minister of justice. I want to explain his job for him very well. When you are a judge, a lawyer, a minister of justice, your duty is to see the right thing and call it right, and say the wrong thing and call it wrong. But look at Buhari's regime, because I call it regime, it's not tenor. Look at Buhari's regime. It seems everybody he appointed is the opposite. Minister of Information is a bloody liar. The kind of lie that this man tells is beyond imagination. Minister of Justice is very injustice in nature. His image alone is injustice. Everybody has appointed is just the opposite. Minister of Health comes with calamity of sickness. Just as I'm mentioning them, begin to imagine them in your mind, and you will see that everybody, Minister of Security, what do they call them? The level of insecurity we've witnessed in this country, we have never witnessed it before under anybody's watch. We begin to mention them one by one. Minister of Money, Affairs, those that handle our oil. You see that everything that even Buhari himself, Chief Justice of Nigeria, Chief Judge of Nigeria, is just the opposite. A shameful way to represent a country. Your dollar is getting to 1,000, and I can hear some people still shouting, Amy Logan, Amy Logan. Hey, some people's joy is seeing an Igbo man reduced to a slave. That's their only joy. They don't even want to achieve anything in life. They just want to see an Igbo man fall. And that is where Nigerian has gotten it wrong. That is why Nigeria is not moving, because they fail to recognize one person that God has made light in the nation. When you come to a family and you are probably 5 in family, and there is this boy in your family, maybe or this girl in your family, maybe she is the last born or he is the last born or the middle child, and God has made this person the light in the family who is going to bring light. And before you know, jealousy comes in, hatred begins to come. You say that family, that boy will go away and progress, but the rest won't, because they fail to accept what God has placed in on their palm. No, it has to come from number one. Now, Malami thought that him going outside to test some of his international minister of injustice, he think he's going to work in international courts. When he came, he was presented, said, "Who is Jubril to you?" He denied him. He denied him immediately. You see, it's not that the world, I always tell people that the world is becoming so gruesome in nature, where injustice now prevails more than justice. You understand? And when this begins to happen, is a call. Is a call to begin to think why this thing is becoming. Because the shackles of injustice is becoming alarming. The world is becoming wicked. Truth is no longer what will I call it? A platform to set people free. keep telling lies from one lies to another. And they asked him, "Who is Jubril to you?" He denied him. And you see, just like so many of you are doing now, you are busy pointing at Buhari, pointing at uh, Malami, whereas your kind of injustice that you dish out to even the least people in your family, in your life, can be comprehended. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu kwadoro akwado, ọ kwadoro akwado kwado ọfụma, gbara shuu kwado ọfụma, so ebe ọ na-achọrọ ịga sa agaba ya ozugbo ozugbo. And this is why we will not tolerate any form of injustice given to anybody. Because this very program that we have programmed for a very long time, this very message that we have been trying to unfold, make sure that people understand the level of where we are headed. We must celebrate. So leave Judas to continue whining themselves. But eventually, everything will fall into place. And that is why we are who we are. Doing the needful at all times. In case you don't know, he has been abandoned. He has been abandoned. If you ever keep a word Nnamdi Kanu, you know that he's internationally he's already covered. That once that people allowed him to escape, that he couldn't terminate his life, he has gone to make friends all over the world. From America to Russia to UK, even the UK that is supporting you, to Brazil, several countries. He set IPOB in almost all the countries of the world. Same man that you chased out, that you called him terrorist. And today, he becomes undefeated. They can't defeat him, they will try. They will do everything possible. There's a grace, there's a mantle upon his head. And once that mantle is upon his head, it will be difficult to defeat such kind of person. Why? For the Bible says, I will trample atop scorpions and serpents, and none of them will harm me. Noted. So, however way Malami and his party wants to dance this tune, wants to make a menace of this tune, we are gradually heading to that forceful victory where Ayagi Funyogon or Duhanile. All hail Biafra, the land of the rising sun, is a